Today we are going to see the Ellingham diagram. What is Ellingham diagram means? It is a graphical representation of variation of standard Gibbs free energy change of the reaction with temperature is called Ellingham diagram. This Ellingham diagram is help us to select the suitable reducing agent and appropriate temperature for the range of the reduction of metal oxide. For that we are going to use the formula delta G. Why we are using delta G means for spontaneous reaction delta G is the negative value. In Ellingham diagram also the delta G value start with the negative, afterward it reaches when temperature increases it reaches 0 value, afterward it goes to positive value. Now the delta G formula is delta H minus T into delta S. For equilibrium reaction we are going to use some other equation, that is standard delta G is equal to minus RT ln Kp. What is Kp means? Ln means natural log and Kp means equilibrium constant in terms of partial pressure. Ellingham diagram means it is a graph between delta G and T. We are going to get two types of slope. One is positive slope, another one is negative slope. Positive slope means whenever the temperature increases, the delta G value also increases. So in graph 1, I split the graph into two. The graph 1 indicate that the straight line with the positive slope. The next graph, the second graph, I indicated that the negative straight line with the negative slope. So first observation, here the delta S value gives by the slope and delta H value, the y axis whatever intercept we get, that is delta H value. First observation, here all the metal oxide formation the slope is positive, that means whenever the temperature increases the delta G value also increases. Here the decreases in Ramp-Donhams we are getting because of oxygen gas is consumed by the metal, so that we get the metal oxide. Here the delta S value becomes negative because the randomness is decreases. What is S? S means entropy, entropy means randomness. So the delta S value decreases mean we are going to apply the delta S value in delta G formula. The T into delta S value we get as a positive. Our next observation is negative slope. The negative slope obtained only in the formation of carbon monoxide. I indicated in second graph. For our convenience I split the graph into two, but in Ellingham diagram the carbon monoxide is placed in the same graph. It is for our convenience only I split it into two graphs. In the second graph, that negative, because of negative value, the delta S is positive. Why it is negative value means the formation of carbon monoxide, 2 moles of carbon monoxide formed by consumption of 1 mole of oxygen gas. Here the carbon monoxide is more stable at higher temperature. If here the delta S value is positive, afterward you apply the delta S value in delta G equation, you get the T into delta S value as a negative one. In observation 3, you refer the graph, there is a delta G value at particular temperature become as a 0. When the temperature increases, it slowly changes from negative value to 0. Afterward, it becomes as a positive value. Then delta G value negative means the oxide is more stable. Here the metal oxide becomes less stable at higher temperature, that is it decomposed easily at high temperature. And fourth observation is there is a sudden changes in this slope. You see that in magnesium oxide and mercury oxide there is some sudden changes. This is due to the phase transition. What is phase transition means? Sometimes they go into melting state, or sometimes they go into a evaporation state. Next, application of Ellingham diagram. This Ellingham diagram I already told you, this helps to select the suitable reducing agent and appropriate temperature range for the reduction. First application, you see the graph, silver oxide and mercury oxide are placed in the upper part of the diagram. Their decomposition temperature is 600 Kelvin and 700 Kelvin respectively. These indicate that they are unstable at moderate temperature. Without the help of reducing agent, these metal oxide remove the oxygen so that they will decompose on heating. In application 2, any metal can reduce the oxides of other metal that are located above it in the diagram. Now you see the diagram, aluminum oxide. Here the aluminum oxide, the line is situated below the chromium oxide but above the magnesium oxide. So the aluminum can reduce the chromic oxide but the aluminum cannot reduce the magnesium oxide because the aluminum oxide is above the magnesium oxide. This is the application 2. In Ellingham diagram, the carbon line cuts across the line of many metal oxide. Hence, it can reduce all the metal oxide at sufficiently high temperature. So, carbon alone is used as a reducing agent. Next one, we are going to see the limitation of Ellingham diagram. This Ellingham diagram constructed based only on the thermodynamic consideration. So, it tells about only the thermodynamic feasibility of the reaction. It does not tell about the rate of the reaction and also possibility of the other reaction. The second one, the assumption, that is the reactants are equilibrium with the product, which is always not true. These are the limitation of Ellingham diagram. Next we are going to see analyze the thermodynamical favorable condition for the reduction of iron oxide by carbon. Now see the graph. In this graph, above 1000 Kelvin, the carbon monoxide line lies below the iron oxide line. But below 1000 Kelvin, iron oxide line lies below the carbon monoxide line. That is, in below 1000 Kelvin, the iron oxide is more stable because it is below the line. So, the coke cannot reduce the iron oxide below 1000 Kelvin. It is not possible by thermodynamically it is not possible. But above 1000 Kelvin, we can use the coke to reduce the iron oxide because the carbon monoxide line lies below the iron oxide line. At 1500 Kelvin, 2 moles of iron reacted with the oxygen to give 2 moles of iron oxide. For that reaction, the delta G value is minus 350 kilojoule mole minus 1. This is indicate as equation 1. The second equation, 2 moles of carbon plus oxygen gives 2 moles of carbon monoxide. For that, delta G value is negative 480 kilojoule mole minus 1. Now, we are going to, this is equation 2. Now, we are going to reverse the equation 1 so that we are getting 2 moles of iron oxide decomposed to give 2 moles of iron plus oxygen. Whenever you reverse the reaction means the delta G value, the sign also should have be reversed. So, negative value now become as a positive value. Delta G is plus 350 kilojoule mole minus 1. This equation is now indicated as equation 3. Now, we are going to add 2 and 3. Now, we get 2 moles of iron oxide plus 2 moles of carbon gives 2 moles of iron plus 2 moles of carbon monoxide. Now, we are going to add minus 480 plus 350 so that we are getting minus 130 kilojoule mole minus 1. Now, see that how many moles of iron oxide is there? 2 moles. But we need only 1 mole. So that we have to divide the delta G value by 2. We get minus 65 kilojoule mole minus 1.